Alright, so you guys who are subscribed to me may have questions about the singing battle whip. I will have to explain a few things. Number one, I recently went through a thing where I had to delete certain things because my cloning app stopped working, which in turn usually leads me to deleting the screenshots, usually to scrap it for redesigns, etc., etc., add more movement, etc. And also because, I have a lot of ideas that usually comes and goes. Now, I'm not saying it's an excuse for anything. That's just something that I have to deal with. Because to be honest here, I should tell you something personal about myself that I've actually not mentioned. I have ADHD, both types. And before people go in the comment section saying, "You're self-diagnosed," no. I was diagnosed with it for a doctor at a very young age. Now, what does this do for me? A lot of times whenever I do something creatively, I often have a lot of ideas popping into my head. The thing about me is that rather than most people having lack of motivation to create certain stuff, I have too much motivation. I create a lot of series that I later end up scrapping, or that I kind of stop working on because I'm working on something else. Now, I'm not saying that's an excuse, just an explanation. That's all I really have to say. Now, if any of you guys have any ideas of, any ideas you want me to incorporate, don't be afraid to write them down in the comments. Now, I'm also redesigning the Athens for the sixth time already? Oh gosh. Anyway. Now then, I will also be doing certain. As you guys know, I will have a full Afton, or a full Afton thing, a full Afton backstory, which will include all the things that went over the games, etc., etc., because I'm adding NOC to it. And I'm not afraid to admit that I'm adding NOC to it. Now, this is so that people don't come at me in the comments saying things like, "This doesn't fit into the lore," because I'm combining my own timeline with the somewhat established timeline of the FNAF lore that's so complex that never gives anyone straight answers. Yeah, that's basically all I'm doing. So, and I also have a few magical girl animes that I'm coming with a fantasy series, something inspired, and a few music ideas that's coming up. I also deleted Gacha Life, and if I do re-download it back, I will probably just use it for backgrounds and props that I can't access in Gacha Club. I'm also trying to learn how to draw backgrounds better, so I can make my own custom backgrounds rather than relying on Google all the time. Yeah. Also, I would just like to say that I do have a fact video coming up for anyone, and a summary video for the timeline for anyone who doesn't want to sit through the long pace or just doesn't have the time of the Afton family backstory that I'll be going with. Now then, I would like to say I do have a video on a certain someone who's toxic that's coming up. I won't say who, and essentially, if anyone has any means to contact me to get information, please look at my Twitter, which is C10X, I believe 28. I mean, not 28. Let me check my Twitter real quick. Alright, I just checked it. Basically, We have a capital letter C, no dash point, lowercase c, and it has Chan X1. That is my Twitter account. Now, if anyone wants to come to my DMs, giving me harassment, racist slurs, etc., etc., I won't censor your name. I'm going to show the internet what you've done. That's just what I'm going to do. I also have another few things coming up because guess who's trying to explain themselves and give a response? Lynn Totally. I know. I can't believe it either. I also have a few videos of certain people who have been really disgusting towards the victim, and people who don't fully understand the gravitation of things when it comes. That's going to be the end of this video. C-Chan X out, and I will see you. Bye-bye.